Welcome back to the Rival Series B stream right here on Rival Esports channel. Jar of Jam still with Eternal J and Digital Bacon. And together we've just seen RGM fall down to BDS. RGM looked so great yesterday against Triple Trouble, but they weren't able to repeat their performance past Game 1. Seemingly their cohesion and support for each other disappeared, and there were quite a few sitters that they've missed in the game that was only decided by one goal. Plus, the Monkey Moon factor has not gone anywhere. Pointed out that at the start of that series, and he was crucial to that team, especially in game number 4. Gentlemen, our predictions were on point, but where has RGM gone? What has happened?
I want to say that I feel like that it's just a case that BDS, they were not as warmed up in game 1 as they were in games 2 through 4 for that particular series. Like the team that we expected eventually came alive, and we could see them very clearly at the end of the series, and we kind of expected that sort of to happen. At least I did. Can't speak for Bacon, but you know, like I felt like that the RJM would come in, that they'd be on their hot streak, they'd be able to put that performance together, and they'd be able to bring that firepower to get that first game at the very least. But it was the following games where BDS sort of held their backline. They eventually found their pressure, and then eventually were able to turn the situation around. So I feel like that was the expected result for me. You know, it's nothing too out of the ordinary for how that series went. You know, I would rate BDS higher than RGM. I think Bacon would agree. I'm certainly what you did with the 3-1 prediction. So there you go.
Yeah, to me, Jam, that sort of felt like the expected result. Bar game 1, that felt like the expected games, to be honest. RGM for me, like before the season started, I was expecting them to be finishing mid-table, you know, that 4th to 6th spot. Looking after that game, they played like a team that would be finishing 4th to 6th, you know. The problem is they're going up against BDS, who somehow in the off-season, bar not playing any sort of like off-season tournaments or anything like that, came in super hot when no one was expecting it, and they have just near enough caught everyone off guard. And we love it because last season as ARG, they didn't have that hot a time, did they? They stayed up, yes, but everyone was thinking ARG were going to be able to do a massive amount considering they picked up Monkey Moon. It seems like it's all finally coming together. They just needed the time.
It's working out in their favor. I'm only assuming that RGM's credit that was given to them was off their win against Triple Trouble yesterday. That was absolutely dominant. But speaking of Triple Trouble, they're up on the field next versus the Weedham Girls. And for Triple Trouble, their troubles might only be starting. Weedham Girls yesterday, yes, was against Baguette Squad, but that team came alive, and most importantly, Greasy Meister was his old self. The quality of the goals that he has been scoring, it was phenomenal. It was like looking at any other players that are currently popping up in the Rival Series in RLCS. He had just been doing it all, and I've been just going, wow, louder and louder as I was watching him play. And the overall sentiment over here on the desk seems that Weedham Girls should take it against Triple Trouble, because despite both of these teams being considered the favorites for promotion, both of them have some tumultuous seasons, and for Weedham Girls, they won't have a better chance at getting one off their opponents than right in this series. One of them 6 points games, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reason why we sort of lean to Weedham Girls is because they have sort of slowly improved as time has gone on. You know, I think that we kind of expected both teams to be within that sort of like top 2 position in the end, but like things have not quite worked out because that earliest sort of like, you know, season has really gone awry for both sides. But I think it's gone a bit more awry for Triple Trouble than it has Weedham Girls. And as you say, things are stepping up from the part of Greasy Meister as well, starting to look like his own self. Ixo and Breezy are still that wombo combo of glory that seems to have just dragged them through every single bubble scene tournament, and now is bringing them here to the Rival Series, where they could still, I think, make a top 3 run. Top 1 would be very out of the woodwork for them, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to see them back in with an opportunity here, Bacon, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like we were counted out in the break, like they can make it on back. Like we look at Weedham Girls are currently sitting in a decent midfield position. Of course, 3 wins there, 2 losses, so they could bring it back. But looking at Triple Trouble, they have got 4 more games left to play, including this one here. So they get all those wins, they can pull it back up to the top. The problem is, for me, Jay, that Triple Trouble just has not looked at all like team. It's just 3 mechanically good players and they're thrown together very last minute. And that's what happened. This season, that is not good enough when you've got the awesome team chemistry that's coming through from RCD, Espanol, BDS, Solari, Notorious Legion as well. Just having mechanical skill is not good enough to win the RL, RS, the rival series like it was back in the days of, say, Savage, you know?
No, I thought that was a question straight to Jay, but gentlemen, I think it's time to start this series. Triple Trouble versus Weed Dem Girlz could be an absolute barnstormer. So for the last time today, Jay and Bacon, take it away.
Thanks, Jam. Let's get stuck right in. On the blue side, it's Triple Trouble. On the orange, it's We Dem Girlz. I gotta love Breezy rocking the flag colors as well for each letters of WDG. That's quite a nice little logo. I appreciate that. But I also appreciate attacking force. Sadly, I don't appreciate it when it bounces off the post and the backboard. Triple Trouble so close to scoring the first and proving us wrong. The backline scrambling from We Dem Girlz in the early part of this game. As Rix Ronde goes back from the corner, can't get his second touch. Ixo will now return, and Breezy in the center line looking for a shot. It's Tadpole that takes it away. Greasy back up all the same, but all three players got to go back for boost. Ixo will press forward, but not many resources available for We Dem Girlz.
Yeah, this is going to be a super interesting one because these two teams have known each other for so long, Jay. They should be able to get an idea of each other's plans and be able to form something very interesting. You're already seeing a high-octane, very high-paced game straight off the bat, and that's purely because there's no need to wait around, see how each other are playing, see what they're going to do, because they should know it, and you know who's just scored.
It's Rix Ronde, Bluey with the pass in field as well. One of the questions we sort of talked about over the course of the last couple of weeks is, you know, whether or not the team play is working well for Triple Trouble. Well, very clearly, that's already a positive sign here, Bacon. Still a lot more to come out from them, however. It's only an opening goal. Plenty of breathing room for We Dem Girlz, and the past first minute scoreline looks like a 1-0 only. It's up to Eeks over the dunk down off the crossbar. Passing from Breezy not quite working out. Breezy misses out, and Bluey now tries to get some sort of control set up for Rix Ronde. From that corner, Breezy will contest 66 points to boost. Eekso's got to be the man to take control. Good challenge on Bluey's part. And Breezy goes up now, trying to back pass towards Eekso. Will take a second touch against Tadpole. You can't really tell what these guys are going to do. They're going to try and outfake and force mistakes from the Triple Trouble side, left, right, and center. Eekso sets up Breezy, trying to pass out towards Breezy, but he's a little bit too low and too far forward to take the actual touch in.
Yeah, and I'm looking at things right now. If you look at We Dem Girlz, for me, Jay, they seem like they're trying to be a bit too complicated. They can't handle it. They've got to just calm down a little bit. Nice idea of passing play over the Tadpole there, but not going to work out in the end, and Bluey just a tiny bit too high.
Rix Ronde can swing in for the strike back from the midfield. Tadpole trying his best to recover this situation, but the defensive is holding. Big commitments here, and Breezy's going to try and see if he can take control against Tadpole for it. Over to Ixo, tees this one close off the backboard. Breezy looking for his way in, but the defense clears it out of the box. Greasy back on. Ixo could have been well to bump Rix out of the net, but in the end couldn't quite find his positioning. And the ball remains here in that blue half. The pressure being set up big time by We Dem Girlz. Rix Ronde from that corner. Bluey tees it off. Greasy trying to look for a dunk down. Back in at the midfield. Breezy will pass out to the sideboard. Look for a second touch here. We can only go so far with the dribbling play. And you can see We Dem Girlz starting to really ramp up the pressure. It does return to that orange half for the moment. Triple Trouble can do the exact same thing on that orange half if they're good enough here, Bacon.
Yeah, and Triple Trouble's throwing out a couple of very odd shadow play fakes. You saw that earlier from Tadpole, where he just moved up, did a little bit of a weird dodge in front of the ball, and Bluey picked it up afterwards. You don't really ever see those, and I'm a little bit worried about the spacing then on the team's front. But you look at this coming out from We Dem Girlz at the moment. They don't have a second man to follow up quick enough. Ixo was too close to the net there. Easy save coming out from Tadpole, and unlucky Greasy.
Breezy trying to follow it up though. That was perfectly placed from him. Tadpole swinging back on the rotations, just getting that block in. And the positioning from We Dem Girlz has not been 100%. You talk about that spacing, but talk about their positions as well, from my liking. To the mid-center for Breezy. Rix Ronde tees that one up off the backboard. Ixo with a big miss. This is a perfect chance off the crossbar. And Greasy with not a lot of boost has got to take to the skies, but Tadpole will reciprocate. And Breezy has got to find a way out here. A minute on the clock, and Triple Trouble have still maintained that opening goal scoreline here. Ixo flick up against Rix. Breezy also in position for a good shot, but a save again from Tadpole. Well read. Ixo follow up to the backboard. Breezy's going to try and come in from the midfield, but Bluey again in position to deny it here. Bacon. Time is ticking. Another good attacking force. Bluey is going to try and maintain control inside this box, but can't go so much further than the box challenge. Greasy also controlling from that corner. Ixo looking for a pump. Not going to happen here.
Oh, the indecision right now, Jay. There's not going to be a man quick enough to that ball. But you look at that, their progression upfield. I saw Ixo there just thinking, okay, I'm going to go. Ooh, Greasy, just lucky that got delivered straight to him. But they're progressing upfield without a plan of how they're going to pass it to each other, who should go for the ball, and all that lovely stuff. Right now, they're just going very much tunnel vision. We got to get this ball downfield, but not thinking how will they do it.
And the consistent pressure from Triple Trouble might end off game one in very simple fashion for them. Bluey back on, that's on target. It is Ixo that takes it away, but no boost to carry this downfield. Gonna try and flick it past one. Greasy with a setup, backboard play into the third man. Here comes Breezy. Follows up still to the backboard, and they're gonna try and find some boost. Rix Ronde outfield. Greasy barely kept that up, but could not maintain for another attacking opportunity. Triple Trouble pressure towards the end there, but for the most part, it felt like they were the ones doing all the pressuring here. I think they got more shots on target, actually the exact same shots on target from both sides, so it does demonstrate some of the mechanical prowess and the attacking prowess as well from both squads.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one there, because you look at, say, the score from both sides. I know it doesn't give the whole picture, and that is so shown here, where, like you said, Triple Trouble seemed pretty much like they were in control, and Girlz couldn't get anything together yet. Very identical right there. Only one goal separating each of them, and that's purely because Triple Trouble weren't making many mistakes. They looked at their chances. If it wasn't a surefire goal, they would just back off back to the midfield. Whereas Girlz on the opposite end, I described earlier, would get up into their opponent's half and then just not know what to do from there onwards. Girlz looking very dysfunctional at the moment as a team, and they've got to pick that up.
An opportunity presents itself as Ixo using Greasy Meister's setup, somehow playing perfect 50-50s on the defense. That is a 9-second goal coming in from Girlz.
Some people might call that a lucky goal, but you've got to make your own luck, take the risk, and just jump right on into it. Ixo being able to just near enough bear hug the ball to net to get the early goal, and that could be what Girlz need to get a bit of confidence. But Tadpole, well done.
Watch Rix Ronde on the left-hand field as well, just shoving Ixo out of the way, left, right, and center. Doing his best to make sure that that back line was not held, and Triple Trouble will respond to Girlz just as quickly here in game two. It's Tadpole, Rix maintaining control here at the midfield, bounce out to the backboard. Big awkward defense from Bluey, and that will be Greasy setting a second up for his team.
Oh no, that's a whiff and a half. Can we just skip this? Like, I mean, what else do you say there, Jay? It was a whiff. You know, he definitely didn't want that one to be placed in front of his own net, and we've seen that way too much this season from Triple Trouble. Oh, unlucky there from Rix, but good save from Breezy.
And the back line being held on their half at the very least, so they have something to work with. Ixo another shoot high of the crossbar in towards Breezy. The bump play is coming out, another one high, and Greasy Meister is in no position to come forward with the shot. Tadpole dribbling it underneath him, trying to get it past Ixo. Bluey will come up off the sideboard, and Ixo will push that into the center line alongside Breezy back here. 100 boost getting picked up. Now Bluey here with the aerial dribble, plenty of boost up against Greasy. Second touch will be denied, as the defensive does hold from them. And you talk about, you know, you've always in the past mentioned that you think Greasy Meister should be a little bit more defensive on his half here. So far, he has been the main striker, though, I feel like, for Girlz.
Yeah, but at the same time, what are the other two doing? Ixo was just sitting behind, not saying like that's a problem with Breezy or whatever, but they have no team coordination right now. Breezy and Greasy were lined up brilliantly for this, and Triple Trouble just were not expecting it. This is weird right now.
Yeah, I have to say,
What
this
is
game
this goal?
this game has had all sorts of weirdness from the word go, I feel like here, Bacon. 3-1 on the board. Weedham Girlz are seriously destroying the Triple Trouble defensive. Actually, no, I take that back. Triple Trouble have destroyed their own defensive. There's been nothing that Weedham Girlz have been doing to force the mistakes. It's just been general mistakes as a whole. And the coordination starting to step itself up a little bit there from the Weedham Girlz squad.
There. No one is back covering their defense in case there's a big clear coming on out. They're so clustered up that there's no one there to pass to in that period of time. And thus, they've realized it themselves. So they've tried to all force into weird positions, and it's not worked out. They can't keep up an attack right now.
Very touch and go here on the Triple Trouble offensive. Breezy and Ixo going to return back. Good recovery, good shot in, and Rich Ronde still gets that save. Beautiful from him. But it doesn't turn to the counter-attack just yet. Finally, Rich Ronde will find a play to the backboard. Bluey is up in the orange half of the field, but Breezy there with a back pass will try and allow Ixo a bit of breathing room. The ball out into the midfield for Rix Ronde. He takes control, but not past the first defender now. Bluey backing up. Greasy with control. Challenged by Tadpole. This one's over and out. This is Rix Ronde off the backboard for the dunk down. Breezy still blocks it. Tadpole keeps it inside the box, but can only go so far. Again, beautiful defensives being held, and the defensive holds true for Weedham Girlz.
Yeah, Weedham Girlz really have stepped up here into game 2. What is Greasy going to be able to do here? What a block from Bluey. But it seems still, when it comes down to Triple Trouble, they can only do one at a time plays. Why did they leave that in front of their own net for so long? No one wanted to go for the ball.
Triple Trouble slowly tilting Bacon off the face of the earth, it seems.
Yeah.
And Ixo to the backboard might open up another opportunity, but fortunately the defensive wraparounds are still holding on here. Breezy down inside the box. Tadpole will try to take control. Greasy will tee it up here. From that sideboard, flick back in, demo onto Ixo. That's exactly what they needed, because if this pressure keeps up for much longer, I could see Triple Trouble conceding a fourth to the Weedham Girlz side. But what a reversal compared to game 1. Breezy in, Rix Ronde pushes it back out left-hand side of the field. Bluey will press the issue forward one more time over towards Rix Ronde. Backboard plays, Ixo's again in position to get the save in. And he in particular has just been so great in the backline so far today, Bacon.
Oh, he has definitely. Bluey not able to finish that off. This is going to be Tadpole cutting on in there. He needed to just pre-jump it. Bluey was back in defense, so take that risk when you can. When you've got 50 seconds left on the clock, you've got to try and get aggressive in the midfield there. And you're not seeing enough of that from Triple Trouble right now. This throw up from Tadpole, yeah, it's good enough to find Rix Ronde, but where's this follow-up right now? Why have they suddenly slowed down? It's allowed Weedham Girlz to have time to think about how they defend from here on out, and it has just slowed all momentum from an attack.
It's time that they don't have to waste as well. Still 3-1 down. You just heard the 30-second gong sound, a clear right into an open net. That is game 2 secured. No way out here for Triple Trouble, and what was a very confident start of this series is all but crumbled away at this stage here, Bacon.
Yeah, and this open goal, I'm just going to allow for the sake of they were throwing everything into attack. That's what you do when you're 2 goals down with 20 seconds left. That's a fair one. The game was pretty much all but done anyway, so we'll oversee any analysis on that one.
Wow. You do not sound happy. You do not look happy with that game to me, Bacon.
What has gone on in that break for Triple Trouble to suddenly just give up? That is what is going on right now. They're not a team anymore. Actually, if anything, they're too courteous of each other because no one's wanting to go for the ball because they think their teammate will go for it. They need to get a little bit of greed going, or at least some call-outs saying that they're going to go for it, because at the moment, no one has a single clue what each other is doing on that pitch. Weedham Girlz have suddenly fixed it, and because they're being given a little bit more time, a little bit more breathing room, they're able to kick it up a notch. So Triple Trouble are their own worst enemy right now.
Absolutely, I have to agree, and it does sort of speak volumes to the things that we took issue with prior to coming into today. You know, Triple Trouble are losing grip very quickly, and Weedham Girlz are starting to prove us right. I did have this down as a 3-2 series though, Bacon, so I still hold a little bit of faith. Let's see whether or not the attacking forces can work their magic here. We've seen what these players can do in the past. Got Gfinity Elite Series, DreamHack, obviously RLCS representation here in this team, so there's plenty of talent to go around. They just need to make it work. Kickoffs going out between the blue and orange corners. Bluey sets up Rix Ronde for a dunk opportunity, a redirect chance, backboard in. Rix will try and continue, but it will not happen for him. The defensive holds, with the crossbar being the friends of We Them Girlz, it seems. Big miss from Bluey as well, but he gets that.
What a recovery!
Smart, very well played on his part once again.
And we can say right now, Triple Trouble are suddenly fired up, aren't they? That initial open-end attack followed up by this tadpole. Can that bounce back far enough for Rix Ronde? It does, but he can't get an effective touch. Retreat back into defense. Tadpole's done well here, but the follow-up needs to come through. Bluey fell in net when he should have chased onto the ball because Rix Ronde was there. Again, like I said, communication is not good right now for Triple Trouble.
Confident clears coming in from the very least, though, but I have to agree, mispositioned for that backboard pass, set up beautifully by Tadpole, and two players that Ixo can beat out with one simple move on towards Breezy, who goes for the shot, and Tadpole gets that save in. Bluey gonna have to try and find a clear out, but it's not confident. Breezy will continue the attack off backboard, missed out by Rix. Ixo keeps it going. There's a good touch from Bluey, throws off the final strike, and Greasy also in the midfield, redirected by Bluey in the end. Now Demos coming in from the orange half as We Them Girlz try to take out some of the offense from Triple Trouble. Rix up and over into the corner. 100 boost will get stolen away from his opponents as Bluey goes backboard, playing for the solo dribble, or the solo touch, I should say. Double demo from Rix and Ixo, just take each other out, but no side can capitalize on that opportunity. Will remain scoreless here, Bacon. 2 minutes in, though, it started to look a little bit more confident, at least from the goal line perspective.
Oh yeah, it's starting to look like a competent game of Rocket League where both teams now have really started to show up. Here's 1-0. So,
oh no!
What a counter.
And that miss from Rix cost them everything here. If he had got this touch here on that ball, there would have been no clear, no pass to Breezy, no shot on net, and no opener for We Them Girlz. So it seems to just keep getting worse and worse for Triple Trouble. Only a goal down still, so there's silver linings here and there. The We Them Girlz, they're offensive. They're making mincemeat of this matchup here. Ixo bumping Rix, but Tadpole just swings in and becomes the savior of the backline, Bacon.
So right now, We Them Girlz have got so much confidence, which is when they play their best. And they're not overconfident because they're only 1 goal up. So this is when we're going to see some real premium We Them Girlz action, and it's the real tester for Triple Trouble. They need to come back from this. They're putting shots on, but everything is getting blocked on out.
Bluey trying his best to drag his team out of the dirt. Some shots on target, good pass-ups again from his teammates. So Rix puts out the Tadpole, back over to Bluey. He's caught in rotation. Rix will try recover this from the corner, but the defensive again will find it's clear on the part of We Them Girlz. Greasy now up, teeing it past Bluey. Tadpole puts this one close. Rix Ronde with a decent shot opportunity, but Breezy again with that quick save. Bluey back on target. That one actually is on target. The clear up again, the pass from Ixo, lurking in the midfield, hoping to find his opportunity to score more bangers like he did in that first goal. Rix and Bluey, Breezy contesting against both. No boost left for him, though. He can only carry this one forward so far, but gets a lot of breathing room for his team, considering past 2 defenders on towards the third. Here comes Tadpole with a shot. Breezy there with a simple save so far, and it's back to basics for Triple Trouble for the moment, trying their best to change the pace because they only need to score a single goal, Bacon, to get back in.
Yeah, and you'll notice how they're playing. They're trying to wait for an opening. They're just holding back into the defense, waiting for We Them Girlz to maybe overcommit a little bit too much for a play, wait for an opportunity to get a demo. And I somewhat like this passiveness to them, because clearly they're talking to each other, they're communicating when they want to push on through. Good 50-50 coming out from Tadpole, and Breezy is just stopping everything in tracks. He's got no boost, but the rest of his teammates didn't know that. It's very weird and interesting.
Wide clear from Bluey. Ixo with a quick clear back in of his own right. Trying to follow that ball on towards the net, but unable to do so. Big miss from Tadpole. Bluey has his back. Breezy has his challenge, and Rix, ooh, that also doesn't go too well for him. They're all up in the box. Bluey just wraps around and just maintains control, somehow still recovering his positions, but he needs to rely on more players, he needs to rely on more support. Rix Ronde comes in, defends against the shot against Ixo, but that was an open net right up until he took it. As Bluey fires back, 5 seconds remaining, they need to find a way in. Here comes Rix Ronde, dunk opportunity, Tadpole with the bombs! And they've got it on the 0-second marker. Somehow Triple Trouble save their chances in this game.
I know we're going to be seeing so many super Rixy chants in chat, but for me, that comes all down to Tadpole, just straight off getting that bump on the backboard there, Jay.
He is the hero for this team, it seems. And we're in overtime for, I believe, the first time tonight, Bacon. I'm not sure about the first two games. We certainly didn't have one in our first series for our shift. Here comes Breezy trying to put this one back over. And immediately, despite Weedem Girlz' setback, they get right back on the offensive here for this first part of overtime. Over to the midfield, Breezy will take this one up. Greasy and Ixo caught in rotation. Greasy actually demoed out by Rix. Continues to try to do everything he can. Ixo setting this one up. Breezy got a fall back. It's all left on Greasy Meister, and he just can't seem to do anything with it. Bluey wrapping back out the midfield. Breezy booms this one close to the target. Tadpole hesitates, but he benefits for it overall. To push that one to the corner. Greasy can't work with this. Second touch against Bluey is not going to happen. He's been very consistent here in the blue half. Tadpole with a fake! No way! No way! That just score the goal that ends overtime. Surely not!
I don't even know if you can count that as a fake. Breezy was just watching, and then I don't know, just thought, oh wait, I've got to save that. And just completely panicked last second. What was going on there?
I've got nothing. I've got nothing. We all are, I think, at this stage, making like that should not have gone in by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if it was a fake or not from Tadpole. It looked like it was from my angle. But man, Triple Trouble getting off so good here in this game. They seem to want to really take the fight back to Weedem Girlz.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I thought Tadpole was going to hit and it'd go above the crossbar, you know, where we've seen a lot of shots be missed so far tonight from these two teams where they're trying to pull off these crazy stunts. And I was expecting there to be a follow-up coming on out from Rixy, and that could have been great. But that was not the goal I was expecting at all. Going on in now to game 4, you gotta think they're up onto match point, and that is so crazy. We're finally getting an enjoyable series after what I think would be a write-off first 2 games for these two teams.
Well, as you say, it's match point for Triple Trouble. 1 game to secure their win above Weedem Girlz and try to pull them out of the relegation zone tonight. It's Rix Ronde taking the brunt of the offensive here off the back of the first phase of this game. It's Bluey against Greasy to continue the pressure. Over the Tadpole now. He's got great ball control, trying to flick it past Ixo, excuse me. Greasy wrapping around for the quick defensive. Greasy awkwardly caught in the air. This might open up a chance, but still gets that second touch on Tadpole's shot. Rix Ronde and Bluey bumping each other out of the way in the midfield. Good pinch out from Greasy, and it seems like the speed has slowed down from Weedem Girlz. Look at Rix Ronde with the control though. Greasy with a beautiful clear. It's a bit too far wide, so no snipe shots coming in from Weedem Girlz just yet.
No, and this has been a somewhat cautious first minute. Lots of long hits, and it's all coming down to, you know, the climate. Triple Trouble or on match point. Weedem Girlz can quite often get a little bit cautious in these scenarios, and Triple Trouble just wanted to make sure that they play it safe. Crossbar down is kept on out, thanking their lucky stars right now.
Absolutely they are. Greasy, however, trying to back pass to his teammates. It goes so far as the midfield, but they back off in the end to hold the defensive. Rix beats him, but does not beat Breezy. Bluey keeps this one going. Back on. Here's Tadpole for the receive, and Ixo gets his save in. Rix still going to the backboard. Greasy does take that away from him, though. Got a nice dribble back downfield. He can't maintain all of his control all the way, though. So Tad will have his save of his own right. Rix passing up towards Tadpole. He's again got control, leaving it all to him, trying to take it underneath Ixo, but Ixo's not going to let that happen. Breezy clears out, but no follow-ups from Weedem Girlz. They go so far as the midfield here before they opt to back off. And the cautiousness continues, but meanwhile, the aggression from Triple Trouble is continuing to ramp up.
Yeah, and my only problem right now from Triple Trouble is that it's quite obvious what they want to do. It's easily predictable, and that's how Girlz are able to handle it so well. They're in the attack now. The only problem is where Girlz have been aggressed upon for so long, they don't have the boost to really get down to their opponent's half. They might now, though.
Ixo beaten out by Rix once again. Breezy up towards Ixo. No boost for him, though. His best he's got is his flip. That's about it. Breezy continuing. The pinch is very dangerous, but that one is high. Tadpole up against Ixo here. Challenge in the midfield will follow up with a second redirective touch. It's very slow, though. Rix can take control. Greasy follows up. That one's not on target. It's too far left of the post. And at 2 minutes, we remain scoreless here between Triple Trouble and Girlz. Bluey booms this one up. Double commit on the defense, but Breezy finds it out to no man's control. Tadpole booms it up once again, and Breezy can just barely scrape it past him, trying to beat the second player of Bluey. That shot is again too far wide from him. Bluey tries to find his way out. 78 points of boost, back down into Rix Ronde. Pinch potential, it's quite fast, but it doesn't go on.
Again, so predictable. You saw two players ready to jump at that on net. The awareness of Triple Trouble right now has really dropped off. To the point earlier, I saw Rix Ronde go in for a boost steal in the back half when the ball was held by Girlz in the midfield. They've got to really step it up and knowing what their opponents are doing.
Oh, but what a pass!
What a redirect!
And again, Tadpole sets up his man.
Again, that's just reactionary, though. Rix Ronde was originally going for the bump on Ixo. The pass came on in. He was just right place at the right time because clearly it wasn't communicated, and just is able by pure skill to be able to turn that into gold.
A minute to go and Triple Trouble are on victory row, it seems. Backboard from Rix. Girlz need to find a clear and a counter-attack. Pass out towards Greasy, finds his way back out. It's all going to rest on Ixo, though. Back in from the center line. Greasy controls. Past one, past two, not quite against Bluey. Finds his way back out, but Breezy still going on towards Greasy Meister. A beautiful shot that just chips itself off the post. 45 seconds to go. And once again, Girlz find us at evens.
In a situation like this, it has to be the captain to step up, and Greasy does exactly that. 1-1. Do or die right now for Girlz to try and get back on into this. Otherwise, their spot currently in league play could be poached away by Triple Trouble.
Once again, Greasy being the hero, Ixo being the controller. And Breezy trying to be the finisher, but he can't quite find his way inside that box. 30 seconds left. We still stand at a stalemate. A big miss from Breezy, though, could be the way in. No one there to chase that ball out. Rix Ronde demoed out. Now Ixo's got control. Trying to beat out Bluey. Good chance. Takes it to the corner once again. Greasy back on target. Close to the backboard. In with a follow-up will not happen. Not against Rix Ronde. Ixo also beaten by Bluey on the left-hand side of the field. Bumps coming through should open up an opportunity, but outside of this left-hand position here from Greasy Meister, I don't think they'll find a way out. Instead, Bluey can return. Rix bumped out. Ixo just takes that to the floor, and we're in overtime for Game 4.
Such a delectable overtime as well. A goal here for Triple Trouble will get them the win. And, well, you get the idea. Triple Trouble right now, Jay, for me, need to really pick it up in the team play department, in those passes.
Girlz. Going for another good shot. First shot of the OT. Greasy trying to control here as they've gone back to solo standard play. In towards Breezy. A good shot, but Rix Ronde not faked out by Greasy Meister's position. It's Tadpole. 5 points of boost. Flicks up. Sets up a shot. No one can chase it, though. Breezy will find the save. Greasy will find the clear. And Ixo trying to receive once again. It's Rix Ronde that returns a back and forth style of play. The bumps in, the demos out from Ixo just to recover. And Greasy just stops Tadpole from closing this thing out. Breezy now into the midfield, over towards Ixo. Good ball back on target. Breezy's got to maintain his control because Bluey has his save. And out from the backboard as well, control, try and find Rix Ronde on the corner. Play out to no man's land. They need to find each other here on the Girlz side. Another shot that should be taken away, but Bluey misses, so just touch and go from both sides. But right now, Girlz have the pressure.
Yeah, and in a situation like this, Girlz normally elect for a bump goal, Jay. Triple Trouble will be looking for a quick, hard, fast redirect. So it really comes down to which opportunity arises first.
Oh, pass out, intercepted again by Rick's going to try and bump players out the back line, but Breezy has control. Breezy's got to try and find his own contact style, but it will not happen. Bluey and Tadpole with a clear. Bluey going in solo. Denied once again by Greasy Meister off the back line. Should challenge Rick's Ronde pretty successfully, but he's completely out of boost. And those hundreds are being stolen right now by Triple Trouble. We Dem Girls better watch their resources because they are starting to run out. Again to the backboard by Bluey. Exo to the sideboard. Going to try and find Greasy Meister downfield. He booms it. Tadpole's not moving. Tadpole's not moving. Oh my God! No way! No way! No way!
And Rix is apparently DC'd as well. I have no idea what just happened there, but it has just made a story. Jay, game 5 is on the cards. It's here.
Do we rerun that, or like
No.
what happens from here?
We allow
Does that
it
count?
happened mid-game. Yeah, it counts.
Oh my God.
We can hold at a goal normally. Something like that. There was no advantage. Both teams had a DC. Crazy.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
I'm pinging a mod to double, check.
I want to double check this because I'm not sure what the rule set officially states here. Neither team is readying up. But what if this goes through like that, as you say, creates so much drama beyond the situation. Like that could not have come at a worse time for Triple Trouble. They couldn't even call it out either, like they were caught in the middle of an attack from We Dem Girls. I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless here, Bacon. We are waiting for an official word from our admins. And it seems like
redo the OT.
I think, yeah, we're going to redo that OT. Okay,
OT.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough because I personally don't think that should be a thing. That was my heart, Bacon. Okay, right. So the official wording, for those of you who might not be aware, we are going to re-go from the OT. We're going to go golden goal. So 1 goal mutators back in so we can redo that over time because again, that couldn't have come at a worse time, like for Triple Trouble, when they were on match point as well. 1 goal away from securing it, and
I can see the mod typing. Don't know what's going on because we're now into lobby, so we'd have to get a new lobby made up purely because of course you've got to change the mutator in that. So just currently waiting on what the mod says, but yeah. What drama? I don't think we were expecting this. What? 1 minute?
No, we weren't. No, we absolutely were not expecting this. I thought this would be a good match just because of the sheer level of talent that we have here. But yeah, that was.
It's because it happened before the play. Moderator's looking. You can see he DC'd before that play, so the counter attack came on in. So the redo of the lobby is allowed. So we're all hopping on out of this server.
Okay, let's breathe for a second. Let's try and regain our composure because I think that had everyone on edge. It certainly had me on edge, Bacon, right? Like it most certainly did. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Not over
Someone
time.
just suggested, if the OT is not going your way now, you just break your keyboard. Yeah, sure, that's going to happen.
Oh, dear, man. Wow. So, Triple Trouble still in a precarious situation, obviously. They had a lot of pressure on that We Dem Girls side. But all in all, I still think that overtime was very even from the outset.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like I said earlier, that generally in these OT scenarios, We Dem Girls go for those bump goals because they feel like that's the safest sort of bet and they try and hold off in the midfield. Triple Trouble, like a good old-fashioned pass and play, generally a real good redirect comes off of them. So going into this OT, once again, I don't expect that to change, but what I do expect is a very weird playstyle because we know what happens after a long break, Jay, where one team might not just be ready for it, the other team comes in hot. We could see a quick, like 30-second goal come straight off.
We could. I mean, it could be over in an instant, you know, obviously. Like, you know, I think at any one point the game could have ended there in that overtime, but... Okay. Even Ixo's just like, what? Just lose from a kickoff.
Yeah, I love it.
We're just getting the lobby tested to make sure that it is all kosher and that we're all ready to play under the right circumstances. We do not want technical issues to ruin this series, if in case you haven't been able to pick up on that part. But yeah, I mean, for the Weedham Girls side, like, it must have felt like a bit of a weight lifted off their shoulders to go in for that. So we'll go. We'll see whether or not they can continue with the pressure here, Bacon, because you know.
Oh, they're saying just go straight.
I've got nothing else.
Oh, okay.
I can't quite tell.
No, Tadpole's on the wrong side. They're doing a lobby test. He's hard forced this. That was really worrying, especially since it was Ixo, like putting it down, just like nah, don't do it.
I can never tell what's really going on, to be honest.
Please keep us on our toes.
It's a lot of confusion, as you might be able to expect here. Yes. But yeah, that lobby test, I think all the players are happy with this one, Bacon, so we should be able to start back in this overtime in the kickoff once again here.
It's good.
Yep, I think everyone's in agreement that this lobby is fine, so we'll have to redo this overtime once again here. Bacon, thoughts on going into this one? What do we think? Like, what's the damage?
For me, it is so hard to predict these because you, like I said, with that break, you have nothing to base this off now. These players are a little bit out of the flow. It's probably been, what, about 2.5 minutes since the DC happened. So it comes down to who is still in that very much adrenaline-fueled rage, gamer rage, if you want to put it that, where they're just constantly going to be pulling off absolute bangers, or have you settled on down? It's almost like a game one where you're just not quite ready yet. I'm worried. For me, looking at this, Triple Trouble have more experience on their hands, so you should favor them. But I don't know. Breezy and Ixo in the past have just shown that they come into games and just slap, don't they?
Well, let's see whether they slap down Triple Trouble and without any technical issues this time here. The Mutator is set, 1 goal. Easy as that. It's a simulated overtime to counteract for that technical issue. If you're just joining us here, it's 2-1 up for Triple Trouble. They are 1 goal away from winning this series against Weedham Girls, but you can already see the attacking force get over to that blue half. Backboards in from Ixo from that corner. Bluey and Rix will turn it back around. Blue with a great aerial dribble against Greasy Meister. He beats him to the backboard, but Tadpole just can't get up far enough in time. Can't get that swinging over the goal. Cannot get that shot out. That might end the OT. Ixo, on the other hand, will not be allowed so much control here. He'll be pushed off. Tries to get the bump in on Rix Ronde, though. Try and stop that clear from coming through, but Triple Trouble, it will be unsuccessful as the pressure is really mounting for Weedham Girls.
Ixo is really riled up at the moment as well. Knows how he's been really overcommitting downfield. Greasy, though, with the opportunity, is wide. And Ixo can't finish it off.
Just blocked by Rix Ronde by the skin of his teeth. Good blocks back in. Ixo's trying to readjust, though. He's caught in his adjustment and could not get the goal back inside that box. Tadpole now. He's got his dribble. It should be Ixo easy enough for that save, but using all of his boost to do so. He's got to rely on a teammate to find the clear. Unfortunately, Breezy swings out just like that. Rix Ronde allowed another shot in the interim, though, and the demo's coming in left, right, and center. Tadpole has control. Rix Ronde has a shot that is too far wide. Tadpole continuing to be a thorn in their side, continuing to try and get Weedham Girls thrown off position. Bluey receiving the pass. That's not on, actually. Ixo takes it away. It would have bounced off the post, though. I don't think it would have bounced back past the line here as Ixo sets up Greasy to the backboard. No one's there but Ixo! Or was that Breezy? I couldn't see who missed it. I think it might have been Ixo. Either way, it will not be a goal. They will not be able to score the golden one as the ball gets set right in front of the net for Weedham Girls. Triple Trouble really pressured.
We were worried about that quick 30-second OT here. It's now coming up to the 2-minute mark. At least these lads are playing their hearts out and giving us the most they can. But it has been dangerous. For me, Jay, I feel like Triple Trouble have been a bit cleaner in the OT so far.
I have to agree. Some of those issues that we saw with We Dem Girlz early on in the season starting to rear their ugly heads, but the coordination is a bit more on from TT. Misposition for We Dem Girlz, and very, very cautious here on the defense. They can't afford to be this cautious in overtime. EXO with a breakaway chance to heat off by Tadpole. Breezy should receive. EXO there to try and receive the pass in of his own right. He'll leave it open up towards Greasy Meister. Rix Ronde gets that block. And now he maintains control. Again, that ball sent it up very dangerous. EXO can't swing out and get the shot in. Still tries for it though. I thought they left that pass, but no. Rix Ronde, the confidence that they must have had in that man to get that save. They've got balls of steel on that Triple Trouble side.
Yeah, but they can't rely upon that. We Dem Girlz, they can see the weakness. One man is all they have in net. That's a quick block. But once again, Super Rixie saves the day.
And 3 minutes in, this one is set to be a slogfest. It's Tadpole from that corner. Greasy Meister takes it away from him, but can't beat Bluey. Second touch to the backboard should get pushed out by Breezy. EXO and Greasy trying to find their way out. EXO actually set up for a decent shot here, but no, Tadpole recognizing that danger. Breezy Meister can tee it up though, but there is no more follow-ups. They're out of boost here. They've got to try and come out of the defensive. Rix Ronde back in towards that box on the orange half of the field. Bluey from the corner, pushed out by Greasy Meister. Tadpole will tee it up. EXO back in towards Rix Ronde, slow ball, and this should be enough for Greasy Meister to get the save, but I'm getting very concerned about the positioning here from We Dem Girlz. I'm getting concerned about Bluey because he's starting to come into his own here.
Yeah, and you've got to be scared of when Bluey is popping off. But like you said, We Dem Girlz, their positions overlapping a little bit, and they're very long boosts. Don't get me wrong, they're doing well to make sure they pick up those small boost pads, but they're getting a little bit confuddled and a little bit double stacked.
Tadpole can't find Rix. Rix falling back in the end. Bluey again tries to chase this from the corner. Bump EXO as Greasy gets the miss. They can't find a confident clear because of this. Rix going to be allowed a lot of control. No boost. Flicks up. Here comes Tadpole. Actually, Bluey instead trying to go for the shot. Tadpole lurking back in the midfield and falling back to the back line. He's going to try and pick up the 100 boosts that are there. EXO will control against it for its second touch. Is going to go too far wide as well, but EXO's got the right idea. They've just been pressured way too much. Flip for Tadpole into Rix. Is that on? It's too high. Second touch! Rix Ronde scores an absolute screamer in the back line. Triple trouble. 4 minutes 43 on the clock, get 3-1 in the series and take their overtime victory above We Dem Girlz.
Rix Ronde, through sheer dedication and good boost management, holds on up in the air to just get that slightest of touch to put it in the net and earns his team the victory. 3-1, Jay. A crazy case. The redemption here after the disconnect. Triple Trouble had earned that win, and at the same time, We Dem Girlz might be doomed into a very difficult situation.
Yeah, this match was always going to be a dooming situation for either side. You know, for Triple Trouble and We Dem Girlz, it would have been a case of potential disaster for either side who lost this one, because, you know, both are sort of teetering on that, you know, mid-table and bottom-table edge. For Triple Trouble, this could be the thing that gets them out of that bottom 7 here, Bacon, but we'll have to bring in, I think, the main expert here. Jar of Jam is standing by with us. Drama in the server, my man. How you doing? Have you had a heart attack yet?
Multiple, and then some. Really, we expected this series to be everything, and it delivered, and even on top of that, what a way to close down the day. And what a shocker for the league standings as well. This actually brings Triple Trouble up in that safe 6th spot, and We Dem Girlz are dropping down below the survival line. You couldn't write it better, folks. They still have more games to play, but wow, in this game, that in this league, that really where results can be really just affected by one game, one series. This one is an important one, especially after what we saw from We Dem Girlz yesterday. Same goes for Triple Trouble. I was not expecting Triple Trouble to be in control, but they did. Game 1, man, We Dem Girlz just were not in that game. Game 2, Triple Trouble completely broke. I was feeling like something just came off loose. We needed to send them to a mechanic or something. It was just not Triple Trouble at all. 4 goals conceded. And then it became a game of just magic from Triple Trouble, a buzzer beater, and then an overtime goal, a fluke of a goal, still to give them the lead. And then game 4, with the overtime as it was. Something crazy. One man has been crucial for the triple trouble, and that is Rix Ronde. His name has been called more than anyone's today, and I'm with the chat when they say Super Rixie. You just can't stop them. Hey ho, for Rix Ronde.
I think the best part about this for him, sorry just to cut you off there, Bacon. I think the best part about this for him is obviously he was the, it was between, there was a lot of issues between him and Burrito B back when they were on Method together, you know, a duo that lasted for so long. And then to sort of see him sort of resurge after that roster move was made, and for him to pick up some brand new players and have like a brand new team formation around him, to see him come back out of his own and really be such an element of destruction almost, it feels like. Like, you can't take away that final goal there, Bacon. Like, it was insane stuff from Rix across the entire series.
No, you definitely can't. And it's an interesting one because both teams sort of had players that I think were a little bit lackluster here today. Like Bluey at certain times just didn't seem existent on the pitch. Rix Ronde really had to cover that up. And then on the opposite end, we have to say Ixo had a little bit of a naff day. He was getting very over aggressive, which is fine in some cases. But how many flybys did we see from that lad? So It was a very muddled game from both teams, and it's shown like which team can play and win whilst also having a little bit of an off day, you know?
Well, after wins from Solari, Notorious Legion Esports, Team BDS, and Triple Trouble, this is how the standings are looking after yet another day of gameplay. RCD Espanyol still at the top. They had a little bit of free day. They've been looking at their opponent 6-0 undefeated. Team BDS moving into the second spot. Solari sitting third. Notorious Legion Esport at fourth. RGM with fifth spot. Triple Trouble over Weedham Girlz and now sitting in the sixth spot. And it's Weedham Girlz, Team Vertex, Servet Geneva Esports, and Baguette Squad. For now, 100% mathematically, no other chances. Not even a wonder can say at this point. Baguette Squad will be our first team that will be coming out of this season of Rival Series, and we'll have to requalify yet again. There's still more Rocket League to play, and I can only say thanks to Digital Bacon, Eternal J. Pleasure having you here, gentlemen, as well as Craftman and our league earlier today. Big thanks to our broadcaster, Tractor Manager as well. But hey, if you want more Rocket League, the North American RLCS is starting in just about 45 minutes or 15 minutes if you want to catch the pre-show. Of course, European RLCS tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central European time. And there's more Rival Series B-Stream action. As for our colleagues at North America, that's going to start at 10 p.m. Central European tomorrow. This has been all for us today. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you as soon as possible. In the meantime, enjoy more Rocket League.